Hello, this is Mr. Choo. I'm going to do a tutorial about this piece and I'm going to highlight some of the slightly difficult areas. Alright, the actual tempo for this piece by Jose Ferrer, grade 4, something like this. Okay, this is the difficult part here. So the first thing is to get this shape and then hammer on with the little finger. Okay, it might take a bit of effort to get this one right. And then here comes another chord shape. Okay, like this. And then you move back to the first position. Okay. And here. Now basically you have to form this chord. You can practice it like this as well. And then you can slowly bring up the tempo. Okay. Okay, try to practice 1 or 2 bars before that as well. Okay, and at actual tempo. Here in the next section you have lots of slurs as well. Okay, it's a bit difficult to get this, but just focus on hitting on the B note as quickly as possible to move your finger down from here to the fretboard as quickly as possible. And then you move to this position, second position. And third position after this. Okay. Okay, this is another tricky bit. Then bring back the finger to form a B7 chord. At any time, if you want to pause and do your own practice, try it out on your guitar, feel free to do so. In the next part of the piece, there are a few chords that you have to take note of. Okay, so the first chord is like this. It's actually a E7. Those of you who know D7. Okay, you're just moving up 2 frets to E7. And A minor. In this A minor, the first finger holds down the first 3 strings and the A on the 4th string. Okay, it's always easiest to read from the highest to the lowest note. And this is A, E, C, and then A. So the first chord, E7, A minor. You have another chord here, and the last one. Now the only difference between the second and the last chord is the note on the first string. Okay, the A minor, it's played this way. And the last chord at bar 28, you have the little finger to play the high C note. Now you see there are 5 notes, so you can roll. The thumb plays the last 2 notes very quickly, or you can strum with the thumb. Alright, so you need to practice this part, these 4 chords. And then a slur. This one is also a little bit tricky. If you do it slowly, try to get that sound. Now when you do the descending slur, it's not just pulling down. Alright, it gives a very harsh sound. Neither is it just lifting up. You can't hear the second note very clearly. So it's somewhere in between. Okay, I encourage you to practice and to try doing similar exercises towards the end of your practice session, so that when your fingers tend to get a bit tender at the tips, alright, you have already finished your practice session and you can have your fingers recover and rest. Okay, avoid doing this at the start of the practice. You will feel a little bit of discomfort, and as you practice your pieces, it might get a bit too uncomfortable. So a little bit is fine, and if you want to do more of this exercise, right, do it towards the end of the practice. Okay, and towards the end, the harmonic is at the 7th fret. You can use the 3rd finger, and it's on the 6th string, the last string. Just touch above the fret. If you go in the middle, you don't get the sound. Right above the metal piece. Okay? And then it goes back to what you hear in the beginning. Whoops. Okay, you can rush a little bit towards the end, but don't forget in your last 2 chords, you need to hold on to the E note. And there we have it. Okay, let's give it a go. Okay, well, that wasn't perfect, but I hope it helps you to learn the piece of music, and you can watch this video again if you want to check or practice a little bit more on a certain part of the piece. And I wish you all the best in your guitar exam. Good luck.